Morning, church. Today's lesson is about desires. We're coming from Ecclesiastes 10 and 11, Exodus 20 and 17, and Ephesians 4:22. Um, I could read the verse to you, but I'd rather just go ahead and break it down simply for you. Ephesians 4:22 lets us know that God wants us to let go of lust and walk away from deception. Once you become a Christian, you really don't need to want for other things that's ungodly. In other words, from the world. That's what we call it as Christians. You don't want stuff that's not from God's eyes or God's point of view. You want to make Him happy and yourself happy in the same sense. Desiring lustful things like alcohol or drugs, sex or any kind of fornication or fancy cars or clothes, whatever that makes you, feel like you glorious or happy. That's lustful. That's deception. That's Satan. That's what he wants you. Satan wants you to have. That's not what God wants you to have. Exodus 20:17 states that if you looking at somebody else's stuff and you desiring somebody else's stuff, it's the same thing as lusting for stuff that's not somebody else's. In other words, you're not supposed to go want for somebody else's woman or male. You're not supposed to go want for somebody else's house or car or their job or they spot in whatever case they might be in. If you're in church, you're not supposed to be wanting to be the pastor because you on the bench. If you want to be the pastor, then you're supposed to work your way up to being that position. And if you an employee and you envy of the boss, then you need to work your way up to being the boss. If you want to be married, then you need to find you a spouse to make you happy instead of lusting for the next man's or the next female, you know, in that sense of case. Um, Ecclesiastes 5 and 10 and 11 tells us that those who love money more than they love themselves is the same thing as trying to be bigger than the next person or wanting what the next person has. It's all go down deception and lust. When you desire stuff that's not yours, when you looking for stuff that doesn't belong to you, when you wanting stuff that you're not supposed to have, when you longing for things that you know is not necessary, that's deception. That's lust. That's unwanted desires. God wants you to desire what He wants. And then the word tells you He wants you to love yourself, to love thy neighbors, to do His will, and His will be done. Today's lesson was desires. Ecclesiastes 5:10 and 11, Exodus 20 and 17, Ephesians 4:22. Be blessed, my cats and kittens.